Hi, this is Mary Kay from Country High Road, and we're here spending some time with Texas artist Hayden Haddock. How are you, Hayden?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
Fine. Welcome to Vegas. Here at the NFR. You were on the Roper stage earlier. How did that go?
That was awesome. There was a pretty big crowd. I'd heard that for some of the people, the crowds were a little bit small, but I had a pretty good turnout at all three of my shows, so I was happy. And it's cool to see some people out here in Vegas supporting my Texas music.
And it's nice, people may not know you, but as they leave, they'll know you when you pick up some extra fans.
That is the ultimate goal.
So these showcases are very important.
Yes, they're.
So the Texas music scene is strong. It just keeps getting stronger. You've had influences by George Strait, Cody Johnson, John Pardee. What is some of the education you've learned from them?
The main thing I've learned from them is just be yourself as an artist. Don't try and, like for me, I'm not going to go try and sound like Cody Johnson or sound like John Pardee and.
Okay. You started early writing and performing and stuff. You've had to learn an education as you went on with your career.
Yeah, so the main thing I've learned, especially in terms of like songwriting, is just write every day, write as much as you can, because what everyone said is it'll take a while before you write a song that you actually think is good enough to show people. So they said, you'll probably write 500 songs before you find one that you actually want to show people.
Now, there's a lot of strong women in country music. How strong are the women in Texas?
Women in Texas, the ones who are up there, they're very well known and they're doing great things. So the main one is Bree Bagwell. She's the main one I know of, and I've seen her. She actually spoke at a thing I was at the other day, and she had a lot of advice. She was obviously talking mainly to the women that were there, trying to make it in the Texas world, because obviously, it's known that it's harder for women to make it in the music business. And but she just had a #1 song, I think a couple weeks ago on the chart, and she beat out all the guys and everybody, so she's doing good.
Who are some of your favorite women artists?
Some of my favorite, I like, her song went #1, I can't remember, I think it was If I Were a Cowboy or something like that. That's a great song. And then terms just all over outside of Texas, I'd say Miranda Lambert's my #1 favorite. Love a lot of her songs. And then Carrie Underwood, my stepmom actually listens to her all the time, so I've grown up liking Carrie Underwood. So.
Now, what is your songwriting process? Where do you think you can be the most constructive?
When I come up with songs, like we were actually in the car going to a hotel just the other night, and I had a title strike me, and so I wrote it down in my notes. So it's just you'll just kind of see something or something will happen, and you'll have an idea. And so what everyone does is just kind of, like all the guys who are big songwriters, they say always have your notes ready in your phone, and you just kind of type down, whatever's going on in your mind, and then see what you can come up with later. And sometimes it'll be nothing comes out of it, or sometimes that's how a hit song comes out. So.
You've got an education as you've gone along in songwriting. What is a lot of the stuff you carry with you?
In songwriting, mainly just keep writing. That's the main thing. Is you never know what's going to turn out to be. Because like when it's kind of like writing a paper in school. It's just your ideas are just going to flow out, and so there's not a strict process to the songwriting. It's just kind of what comes to your mind as it goes, and it may take you may take 2 hours to write a full song, and it may be a hit, or it could take I've heard some guys say it takes them 2 years before they finish a song. So there's no real process to it, but the main thing is just keep writing, and that's how you'll get something good.
Now, do you have a lot of songs kind of sandbagged?
Sandbag, what do you mean?
Like
just not out?
Yeah. You're hanging on to?
Well, yeah. Since my music career is pretty short, I don't have a lot of them, but I definitely have had about 2 or 3 that I sang at my first few shows, and then got some better songs that came along, and now I don't even remember the words to those songs. So, yeah, there's a few I've sandbagged.
Yeah, your debut project, First Rodeo, is already released, as well as the lead-off single, She Don't Know It Yet. The nerves and excitement leading up to that, how was that?
That was it was exciting but stressful, because we had a lot of delays getting the album out, so we kept telling people, okay, it'll be out here, and then we'd have to push it a little bit more. So it was kind of got to the point where I just wanted people to hear it, and because I was excited, I knew it was going to be a good project, and I was proud of the project. I just needed it to get out there so people would hear it. So now, as soon as I figured out it was on iTunes and everywhere, that was an awesome feeling, and got to go tell people to go get my music, and actually be able to listen to it, and so it was exciting.
Well, this last Wednesday, you performed the national anthem for the all-in-barrel race during the National Finals Rodeo here. It's an honor always to be chosen for that song. How proud and nervous were you?
I was very proud. That was my first time singing the national anthem ever, and we actually, I only got told that I was doing that about a week and a half before, I never sang the national anthem before, so I had to brush up on, singing it and make sure I knew all the words down to the T because, like everybody has been asking me, like, hey, were you nervous for that one? Because I don't really get nervous for shows anymore, but for that I was very nervous, and like I said, that's the one song you can't mess up.
No.
So
some of the big artists have always nervous too.
There's some of them, but then you see him as a YouTube sensation, so I did not want to be that.
You didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
So you have an extensive tour coming up to finish out this year and into the next. What is what is the most important thing about what you do in your career?
Biggest thing is just consistency. You want to keep everything going the same. Treat every show like it's as big as the next show, even if it's you're playing for 2 people rather than playing for 100 people. Treat every show the same. And the biggest thing I always say is, all my fans and people that come out to support, like I had some people from Dallas, Texas, where I'm from, come out to see me right here at the Roper Stage in Las Vegas. So I always make it a point to, show my fans how appreciative I am of them. And you'll even see it if you go look at my social media. I try and comment back to everybody. If you send me a message, I do my best to message back. And so that's a big thing. The fans, obviously, the fans will make or break you in this business. So you don't want to be those guys that, disrespect your fans because you act like you're too cool to talk to them. So I'd say that's the biggest thing.
So what's in store for 2019? Another EP, maybe an album?
2019 is going to be a big year. So yeah, we have obviously my first EP just dropped, and then we actually we have a single that we're going to end up releasing here in a few months, early 2019. So y'all can be expecting that. And then we've got I'm about to go play in Colorado right before the year 2019, and then March I'm headlining a show in Clovis, New Mexico at the Curry County Event Center. So if anyone's around there, you can come there. And then I'm actually getting to go play over in Israel, believe it or not. So I'm playing at a winery called Tulip Wineries. It's one of the biggest wineries over there, and so I think I will be the first Texas country singer to go play over in Israel.
Now that there is an honor.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a big
awesome.
step for you.
Yes.
And overseas, country music has become quite a thing. Would you look into possibly doing some European shows?
I think we definitely would. We're going to start here and see how it goes, see how the other people, everyone over there reacts to it, and yeah, for sure. We travel anywhere to get my music out there. Everybody can be a fan. We don't discriminate. So.
There you go. Now, social media, pro or con?
Social media is definitely a pro. Social media, that has been probably one of the biggest things in getting my name out there. You can show people what you're up to, and that's the biggest thing. A lot of people, you can put on there, here's my next show or whatever, but a lot of people, what they want to see is who you are, what you are as a regular person, not just as this, music, the guy that plays music. They want to see who you are as a person, what you like to do when you're not on the stage singing and all that. So it's a good way to really connect with people.
Now, where can fans and new people find you?
So y'all can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, and every other streaming platform. And then you can find me on social media under Hayden Haddock Music, and that's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and yeah.
Hayden, I believe you have a very promising future, and I appreciate you taking the time today. I know you've been pretty busy doing NFR. So thanks again, and you have a great holiday.
Thank you for coming out.